I went to the big guys for the money. I went to the big guys for the money. I was ready to prostitute myself. I was ready to prostitute myself.
Catholic nominee Joe Biden supports abortion, in contrast to Catholic teaching. Biden's campaign also promises as president that he will in fact restore all federal funding for Planned Parenthood and its affiliates.
I support a woman's right to choose. I support it's a constitutional right. I've supported it. I will continue to support it.
Where providers like Planned Parenthood are under unrelenting attack.
Life begins at conception. That's the church's judgment. I accept it in my personal life. But I refuse to impose it on equally devout Christians and Muslims and Jews. I just refuse to impose that on others.
Why do you think Roe v. Wade was a good decision?
Because I think it's as close to a consensus that can exist in a society as heterogeneous as ours. The president also is opposed to Roe v. Wade. That's on the ballot as well in the court.
In June 2015, when the Supreme Court ruled same-sex marriage was legal nationwide, then Vice President Joe Biden said in a statement, quote, "We couldn't be prouder. All marriages at their root are defined by unconditional love." And in 2016, he officiated the wedding of two same-sex former White House staffers.
The idea that an 8-year-old child or a 10-year-old child decides, I decided I want to be transgender. That's what I think I'd like to be. It'll make my life a lot easier. There should be zero discrimination.
I am absolutely comfortable with the fact that men marrying men, women marrying women, and heterosexual men and women marrying men are entitled to the same exact rights, all the civil rights, all the civil liberties.
Do you support, as they do in Alaska, granting same-sex benefits to couples?
Absolutely. Do I support granting same-sex benefits? Absolutely, positively.
Joe Biden's been a cheerleader for communist China through over the last several decades.
China is going to eat our lunch? Come on, man. A rising China will fuel economic growth and prosperity. It is in our self-interest that China continue to prosper. We're not trying to contain China. We're not trying to slow down Chinese growth. The growth of China is overwhelmingly in our interest.
In contrast, Joe Biden's entire career has been a gift to the Chinese Communist Party.
And today you've got a link between the Bidens and China, alleging that the Bidens took millions from China.
I think people are going to be surprised that we are apart on some issues, but we're awfully close on a whole bunch of others. If I am the nominee, which it looks like now, you just made me, I'm going to need you, not just to win the campaign, but to govern.
Take Joe Biden at his word because he signed a unity manifesto with the self-proclaimed socialist himself, Bernie Sanders.
So you think flat out Democrats can't defeat Trump if they have to defend socialism?
I think it's going to be incredibly more difficult. I'm not going to say, look, if I don't get the nomination and Bernie gets it, I'm going to work like hell for him. Bernie's one of probably a half a dozen people in American history who may not be the nominee, but has had an impact on American politics in a significant way, in a positive way. And so if I'm the nominee, I can tell you one thing, I would very much want Bernie to be part of the journey, not as a vice presidential nominee, but just engaging in all the things that he's worked so hard to do, many of which I agree with.
But Joe Biden is a corrupt politician. I've been saying it for a long time, and everybody in Washington knows it.